Okay, today's topic is going to be on using Java within Mozilla Firefox, specifically at Pogo, where at least the computer at home is manifesting sound problems, where you can get Java to run, but you can't get any sound. And even also, you may have an issue where the game won't even load, and I'll go over that. Also, I was able to solve that one. That was also manifest today, but I still have had a sound problem that's carried forward from Ubuntu 9.04, I believe. And right now I have the latest version of Ubuntu, so just doing an upgrade didn't solve it for me, which I thought it would. But nonetheless, at least our system at home is using the latest kernel and patched and all that stuff, so security-wise, probably a better situation to have. Now, I signed up for a Pogo account here, and my system is pretty much a fresh system that I haven't used that much. This is was my second Ubuntu install, but now it turns out it's going to be my main Ubuntu install because I was having some issues integrating KDE3 with the Ubuntu 10.04 in that environment, and I don't know, I'm just afraid I'm going to lose my video at some point. So anyway, and also go over one other thing with resolution, which was an issue I dealt with last night, so I might as well just cover that. Maybe let's do that quickly. So let's say every time you reboot into Ubuntu, you find out that the resolution you picked before you hit the restart button was good, but once you boot back in, everything's oversized or undersized, and you don't like the resolution. You want that resolution to hold. Well, if it's just really one user using the system, there's a very easy way to solve that. And I guess, even though I have this Pogo page open, I will search for this solution because I know what it is. I just have to find it. This is one way to go about it. This is the most straightforward way to do it. And I don't know how old that was. See, the problem that sometimes people have here is that there is a solution for this problem somewhere else, but just this thread right here, it looks like this Matthew. Oh, this didn't work actually. He says it does, but it didn't, at least for me in Ubuntu 10.04, is that he clicked on the auto detect button, which is let's see, system administration. Let's see, do we have monitor, or is it preferences? I have trouble telling the difference between the two. Okay, so this is the detect right here, right? I clicked that last night as my first step to try to resolve this, but it didn't. So what was happening is, resolution of 1680, a different resolution what we wanted at home would come up, and then my wife would pick something else, and she'd reboot and would reset back to the one she didn't want it. Well, doing the auto detect didn't solve it. In fact, I don't even see how this could even be a solution, because I think every time it reboots, it auto detects once more on every reboot, which is not really something I actually favor. Now, how did it get it to not do that anymore? Is it may be this. I think this was the one. It talks about all this stuff here, but the one thing that is absolutely the simplest solution is you just go ahead and put in your home directory a folder called .xprofile. That's what this means. So if you're new, you might not know that. So you create a text file. So you go up here to applications, accessories, you get a text editor, and then I'm going to end up deleting this. And then you first of all just save it as, and see where it says James. That's my home directory, so I'm going to save it as XProfile. I'm just saving it there so I know it's there. Okay, and then all I had to do is of all this crap on this page, the only thing that mattered was this. And I just hit edit, paste, and our resolution wasn't 800 by 600, but the thing is that when you go in here into if I can find it, preferences, monitors, it'll tell you, you pick a resolution and you find one that you like. Say it's 1400 by 900. You change this to 1400 by 900. You hit save, and the next thing you do is you go into your, you can just close this actually, and then you go into your home folder, and then go down, and I usually sort by the date modified, so it should be there. Why is it not there? Let me guess, it's saving by default in documents. Gosh darn it. Well, why the hell would I ever want that? Most anything you ever want to have is in your home directory. I don't know why any distribution would set all their apps to store things in documents. To me, it just annoys me. So I don't even know where that is. Oh, I can't see it because, no, it's not that. It's because I can't see the hidden files. That is a hidden file. It's got a dot in front of it. So there it is, XProfile. Then what you do is you hit right click, hit properties, and then you go to permissions, and you'd say allow executions and close. Now if I were to reboot and come back in, what would come up is just a display of 1400 by 900, but that's not what I want. So I'm going to end up deleting this. I just only did that so someone else might be able to benefit. Okay, so I'll try to do a quick rundown of what the technical situation is, the state of why we have a state of chaos right now with some of the apps, and especially with Java. And then I'll stop, and then I'll actually try to apply these troubleshooting steps after I've tested to see whether Java even runs in my system. Okay, so first off, Java uses the open source OSS sound, I believe, by default, and so Alza's got to find a way to pipe its sound service over to Java by pretending that it's Java, it's the OSS sound system. Okay, and then in between there, so Alza's been out maybe for about 5 years, so that process has matured over time, and so maybe by a couple of years ago you probably would have no problem running Alza in Java. In fact, I'm sure it is, because my wife has used Alza, the Alza sound system, and she's used Java and hasn't had a problem until this recent update. And the recent update, the problem that occurred, that took place, came about as a result that Pulse Audio was in the mix. Now, I'm not trying to, I'm not going to sit here and say Pulse is a bad thing, this, that, and the other thing. And that's not my purpose here. But no, kidding. Pulse can do a lot of neat things. There's a good video presentation on YouTube. Jeremy Allison's interviewing him, and he seems like a very smart guy. He wants to do all these cool things, and he probably added a lot of features to the sound system. And I've already commented on, I would have rather had that Pulse Audio just be part of Alza, but I don't know enough about the technical reasons why it wouldn't be. So anyway, I assume that the reason why I have to put HW:1,0 in my sound configuration when I'm recording to use this device here might have something to do with the fact I'm using Pulse Audio in between Alza. Now in this application, it's working fine. All I gotta do is point to HW:1,0, and Alza will Pulse Audio will pick up my sound, pass it on to Alza, and Alza passes it on to the core system or whatever application it is that needs to record this video. So the problem is that there's a lot of different ways that sound is handled in Linux, and the way each application has to pick which one it's going to actually use, or allow the user to choose. Okay. And the two main branches are OSS and Alza. Well, Java has picked OSS and hasn't really given the user a way to configure in the configuration file, as far as I know. I could be wrong. There's one solution here that may be that, just that, a way to just change that configuration file to get it to work the way you want it. You want to play the game on the web page and have the game produce the sound you know it can produce at Pogo. Okay, I'm going to stop this second part here and then I'll move on.